Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Good morning.
We are learning Mishna Nazir, Perek Beis, Chapter 2, Mishna Nazir, Mishnah 7. Hareini Nazir, L'chshia li bein. If someone says, I am hereby a Nazir, when a bain will be born to me. Now, a bain means what?
Son.
Son. Could it also mean a daughter?
What?
Could it also mean a daughter? Are there
No.
times where the Torah says the word bain and it doesn't only mean a son, it can mean a daughter too? So let's see. Hareini nazir shili bain. A person, out of gratitude for having a bain, says, I'm going to make myself a nazir. V'nerei bain, and he has a son. When he said, when I have a son, I'll be a nazir, and he had a son. Harei is a nazir. He now is a nazir. Nerei bas. If let's say he had a daughter,
No.
a tumtum androgynous, or he had a child that was a tumtum. A tumtum is a person whose private parts are covered by a thick membrane, so that it is not known whether he is male or a female, or of androgynous, or let's say the child is an androgen, which means one who has both male and female organs. Ein a nazir. In that situation, the person does not become a nazir. That is because when a person says the word bain, his intention is for a son, not for a daughter, and not just for a son, but a son that it is clear and definitive that they are a son. Being that androgynous and tumtum have questionable statuses, or what their status is as male or female, he did not have that in mind. Now they bring down here, although the Torah sometimes uses the word bain, which literally means son, to refer to any child, male or female, doesn't cite an example, but there seem to be times like that. In common speech, it refers only to males. That's how people talk. Therefore, his intention was to become a nazir only if he had a son. And though a tumtum might be a male, and androgen has some male characteristics, the word bain is used to refer only to a definite male child. That's how people talk. When they say bain, it means a definite son. And therefore, if he has a bain, he becomes a nazir, based on the vow that he made, otherwise not. Now, Im Amar, but if he says, Kashe'erek she'li vlad, if his vow was, I hereby am a nazir, when I see that I will have a child, that's a vlad. Vlad doesn't mean a son, vlad means a child. Then we say, Afiloi loy bas, even if he has a daughter, tumtum androgynous, or a tumtum ene androgynous, harei a nazir, then he's a nazir. Because when you heard the word valad, which means a child's a child. Boy, girl, tumtum androgynous, and therefore, in this case, when he says, when I see that I'll have a child, any child that's born to him, he will therefore become a nazir. Now, it's just interesting to note in the wording of the Mishnah is, if he says, Kishe'erak shili valad, when I see that I'll have a child. What does he have to? What does this word mean? When I see that I'll have a child, he should just say when I have a child. Okay, so therefore they bring down here from Taisus Yantif the word kishe'era, when I will see, appears redundant, since the Mishnah is simply making a distinction between saying when a son is born and saying when a child is born. And the Mishnah could have just said, like it says before, Hareini nazir l'chshia li bain. Here too, Hareini nazir l'chshia li valad. What's the when I see? And therefore, he brings down, indeed, in the Gemara's version of the Mishnah, this word is left out. So the fact that he says, I will see, doesn't really have any bearing on the halacha. The whole halacha is the difference between saying bain, which means son, and when you say son, you mean a definite son, and when you say valad, child, it's any child. Have a wonderful day and wonderful Shabbos.
Thank you. Have a good Shabbos.
Means